Madridistas. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Be Real podcast. You know the drill. If you're new here, don't forget to smash the like and subscribe to the channel. And also, people tuning in later on in our audio platforms as well, head over to our YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed, it's a shame. You should be doing so, ASAP. And yeah, helping the thing, man. Um, we're on the road to 2K as well. And also, some housekeeping before we get into things. The drill that we have been in a partnership with Manscaped for the last couple of weeks. Um, Manscaped has been around for God knows how long, but one thing they've been very keen on is supporting fellow football content creators, especially our friends over at the UK. That's how I initially got to know about Manscaped, and yeah, the support they show for up and coming football content creators in particular. So yeah, man. Show them some love. The uh, the the link is in the pinned comment in the live chat as well. Also in the description too. Um, use the code LBR20 to get 20% off and free shipping over at manscaped.com. It's shipped to I think almost all the um, different countries across the globe, apart from maybe a few places in Asia and Africa. Um, yeah, man. I think this is the perfect excuse. Valentine's Day is around the corner. If you want to buy something for your loved ones, be it a girl or boy, man or woman, this is the perfect excuse to show some love for what we have been doing for over two and a half years now, and yeah, give back something for our little grind. And yeah, without further ado, man, welcome my esteemed co-panel Mo. Obviously, we were here, less than um 20, 15 hours ago, doing the post match, kind of, milking in the glory of a 2-0 away win at the Colosseum, Alfonso Perez. Um, but more importantly, welcome Rajat back, man. We knew, once we got the news about the triple header against Atleti, that Rajat is going to be basically our honorary guest on the panel for the for the upcoming month. But yeah, man. I saw how you guys, kind of, handled the previous previews, but it was Jacob and Farouk, a much more subtle, much more defensive. Farouk not so much, but Jacob is a neutralizer. You know, um, me and Mo, we are the equalizers. We wouldn't stand any sort of a setback, especially when it comes to a conversation. But yeah, man, Rajat, talk to us. How are you to start with, and what's the general feeling in the Atleti camp leading up to El Derby on Sunday?
Oh, well,
Oh,
wait, can you guys hear me though?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. You have like worked like this for a while, I guess. I don't know. I am having some network issues.
No
Anyway,
worries,
like
man.
I hope
No worries.
okay, I hope you guys can hear me though. So I
Yeah,
mean, like we
100%.
are all excited. We're all excited. Like it's good to be like to beat you guys like twice. For the when we met the last three times to beat you guys like twice at home actually, scoring more than three goals. That was quite fun. But yeah, I mean, like, I hope this is the last time we meet, and I don't want to meet Madrid after this. That's for sure.
I get the feeling, Rajat was, actually telling me that if we meet in the Champions League, it's gonna, be pretty messy for, both sides of the divide. But more men talk to us. It's getting a bit boring with this El Derby shit. Yeah, yeah. Ashik says he can't hear you. Yeah. Why?
Okay. It should be fixed now.
Was it on mute? Oh my goodness.
I was on mute.
Okay. Redo the entire reply though.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so apologies, guys. I mean, yeah, it was a mistake on my end, so it's fixed now. All right. So as I was saying, man, the thing is like we faced the Atleti so many times. We were kind of
Yeah.
running out of things to talk about when we were talking about it the preview in the group chat. Talking amongst the both of us as doing the housekeeping stuff and planning and everything. So it is kind of a chore to come here and talk about them again. Atleti is a team I don't really like. I mean, it isn't a surprise that a Real Madrid fan does not like Atleti, especially after everything that has transpired over the past year or so. Their acts from their fans, their ultras and stuff. So, but overall, I think Real Madrid have a decent record against them at the Bernabeu. We haven't really lost the game, a game since 2015-16 when I think Zidane first took over. So I'm decently excited. I'm hoping that we finally get a win against them in the regulation time.
100%. Hassan has no mercy. He says, "You bozo." But yeah, man, big up Hassan, big up Ashik, big up the chat. Let me read a few of the comments before we dive into things. Ashik was mentioning third game in a row in La Liga. You mean because we won in the Super Cup against them? Mattress makers are going back to the mattress factory on Sunday to start their shift on Monday morning. I just hope all these belittling statements wouldn't come back to haunt us. Ashik, we gotta keep some decorum, especially with Rohi Blanco in the building. Haas was mentioning the first La Liga game, then the Copa. I forgot about the Super Copa. Yeah, man. Super Copa, yes, it was a semi-final. There's no reason to really scoff at getting one over Atleti, but still Super Copa, man. I wouldn't put too much focus into it. But yeah, Hassan was also mentioning Chouameni suspended, the mafia cooked us. If we dare lose a second game in a row to these thugs, yeah, there you go, there you go. I think the
Oh,
animosity is clear. Yeah.
okay. Okay.
um, Ifti Mohammed was mentioning, big up Ifti, man. He was mentioning, I watched the whole match. Honestly, I had no idea how Chouameni got yellow card. No surprises with Ricardo Burgos as the match referee. We got bad history with him. That is the Ronaldo incident a few years back. Yeah, 100% very, basically sent him off. I remember that. But the thing with the Chouameni yellow card is still open to debate. Nobody clearly knows. Like even me and Mo had a discussion
Yeah,
before
man.
we, came
Yeah, I
on.
just want to give an update. I think a lot of people might already know this, but yeah, I was just looking before I came up, and I think there was an update on that. The disciplinary committee, the competition committee, they have rejected Real Madrid's appeal. So Chouameni
Mhm.
is out for the game, sadly.
No, I know that, but what caused it? Like it was
Yeah,
after full time, though, right? Or was it
it was before
before?
full time. It was like in the last play of the game. Ancelotti was talking about it, I think, and
Hmm.
I read an article on Marca, so I don't really have like all the details what exactly Ancelotti said, but it was in
Right.
the last play of the game, and I think it was a foul on the Jordi Marti or like what I don't remember the guy's name, Jordi Martin,
Okay.
the Getafe player who came on as
Yeah.
substitute. So I think it was a
Yeah.
tackle on him or something, but there was an offside call. So everybody
Hmm.
was kind of like surprised because I think even it was mentioned in the comments yesterday by some of the people that it was an
Yeah.
offside call and probably it could get overturned. But I think the competition committee has rejected the appeal. I don't know if Real Madrid are going to take this even further because if you remember earlier in the season or it was towards the end of last season, I think it was the second half of last season where Barcelona tried to go the smart way with Lewandowski's suspension. They appealed it all the way to the higher courts. So I don't know if Real Madrid are going to do something like this, especially given the fact that after Atleti we are facing Girona. So it'll be interesting to see what direction we take with Rudiger also being in doubt.
Yellow card
There is
suspension,
a
I guess, just for one match only, I guess. Yellow card suspension is just for one match.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if they decide to appeal it, it might get suspended for this game against Atleti, but it would come back in force against Girona. So you have to keep this in mind when they decide what to do.
makes sense. But more quick housekeeping question: did you start
Yeah,
recording?
yeah, don't worry.
You did, right? Okay, fair, fair, fair. But yeah, moving on, man. Rajat, talk to us, bro. I've been catching a few Atleti games here and there. Not obviously, not every game, but I remember how Atleti kind of kicked off the season. Right, they were flying, and there was a real sense of, yeah, this could be a special year for Atleti. But then, there were a few, bumps along the way, few hiccups here and there. Wasn't really, clicking. There were doubts over, some of your star names really stepping up, but then came the swagger. Atleti actually started outplaying sides a lot more, and started, really staking, some dominance in big games as well. But the overall picture I saw, especially against Rayo, the amount of chances Rayo had, like I thought, like, Rayo could have, gotten away with a win, especially if Alex Garcia, if he nailed that chip that he tried, or Oblak, like, it would be a completely different game. But yeah, man, talk to
Alvaro
us.
Alvaro Garcia. His name is Alvaro Garcia.
Alvaro
Alex
Garcia,
Garcia.
sorry, my
Yeah,
bad, my
he's
bad.
been,
Alex Garcia plays for Girona, right?
yeah,
My bad, my bad, my bad.
yeah.
But yeah, man,
Okay.
talk to us.
Yeah. So the thing was like against. I hope like you guys can see me and hear me properly now. Though. Is
Yeah,
it
it's
good?
fine. It's fine.
Okay, perfect. So the thing with Rayo Vallecano though was so we had to play our second team because we were playing Real Madrid like during this weekend, and also because we had a game previous weekend. So like we need some rest. We need to rest some players. So we went on with our second team. So we started Depay, we started Korea, and I couldn't understand that defense to be honest because we had Hermoso playing as the main central defender, Ronaldo in his natural position, perfect, and Witzel, right centre back. I mean, like the defense, I was only concerned about Hermoso because like playing as the main central defender, like he wasn't really ready, and like like we could look at it because the mistakes he made, like you can see that the mistakes he made leading towards those chances of Vallecano. So that was it. I mean, like in the end, we got the good. That's the most important thing, actually. So now I'm happy that we have the players going forward for the this weekend. And but the only player that's missing is Jimenez, which I'm kind of like worried about defense because again, like I don't know if you guys remember, like for last 2-3 previews, I've been telling these guys that Joselu is the main threat for me because aerial balls can hurt Atleti because we don't really have that kind of defender right now. Like Jimenez is one of those, but if you take Jimenez out of the game, we don't really have that threat, you know. So the thing is now Jimenez is injured. Morata is coming from injury again, and so let's see how it puts out. But the main problem of Atletico Madrid was the midfield. Now Pablo Barrios is back. He's been balling actually. I don't know. Did you see the match this weekend? Oh, sorry, this midweek.
No, I actually watched the game back. I just saw the highlights, but yeah, man, Barrios is someone I rate highly.
Yeah, so Pablo Barrios is exactly what Barca fans think Pedri is. I'm like even slightly better, I would say. So yeah, so Pablo Barrios is there, okay, and then we have Koke, who's absolutely on form right now. Then we have De Paul, another great person who's on form right now. So our midfield is pretty good now because like when you compare to the starting of the season, our midfield wasn't really working that well. Like it was just Griezmann playing all over the field and creating chances. But now our midfield is working pretty good, and then obviously there's Griezmann like who can just like make goals out of nowhere. So yeah, I mean like now we're getting the momentum, and we signed some players as well. Gabriel Paulista again. You guys probably remember him by kicking Winnie from
I saw
Valencia.
him on the bench. I was surprised. I was like, wasn't he in Valencia? And then boom, he's
Yeah,
with you guys. Is it a loan?
they signed him on a 6-month deal.
Yeah, it's a
Six
loan
month.
for 6 months. Yeah. So the
Okay.
thing is, we lost Soyuncu to Fenerbahce. Like he went on loan, so like we got another guy from loan, which is a good loan signing. I mean, like he's experienced defender. He's played in La Liga, so that's
I just want to correct you. He's not on loan. He signed a 6-month contract with Atleti. The contract with Valencia was terminated. So
Was
okay,
it
okay.
terminated? Why was it terminated?
he was actually 3 games
Okay.
away from kicking a trigger for renewal at Valencia, and Peter Lim didn't want to pay him, so they negotiated the
Okay,
contract
I
that's
termination.
didn't know that.
mad.
Because the initial thing was like on loan for 6 months, and then like they'll think about of renewing that loan for another season.
Yeah, he's on a
But
six
okay,
month
so it's
deal. He's on a 6-month deal. They terminated the contract with Valencia, So yeah,
Yeah,
after that, you guys can get to decide.
yeah, I don't want any 30% old defender to be honest. Like we have in the all of these old guys, we have Savage, we have
Yeah,
Espineta, we have a lot of 30 plus year. We have Witzel, obviously not to mention he's 35. Savage is 35.
it's still 35. That's crazy. Mm.
Yeah, Savage is 35, or like our back line is like in plus 30. Espineta again you have 34. So yeah, like we have old defense. But I mean, we need is young defenders. I think in summer we should be looking for young defenders. But the good thing in this transfer window, like I liked about Atleti, is like we backed on and get that Arthur Vermeeren, an 18-year-old midfielder who has a quite good potential. I mean, like his debut wasn't really that good, I'll be honest. But still, like he'll take some time to adapt into the team. So, yeah, so that's a good thing. So like we are stacking up our midfield just like Real Madrid. So that's a good thing going forward.
100%. I was gonna ask you, man. Like, the kid from, was it from Antwerp?
Yeah, he's the kid from Antwerp. Vermeeren.
Antwerp,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. The guy who bossed Barcelona and worked with the 3-1
Oh, okay. In the Champions League, yeah. Right,
in
right,
Champions League.
right,
Yeah,
right, right,
he won the
right.
man of the match in that game.
Really? Oh, okay. I knew he was kind of being, being talked about. So, like, how much did you pay? Like 20 million?
Yes, so it's 20 million, and then it's the add-ons and all of that,
Mm, okay,
which great stuff. But yeah, 20 million. We got him for 20 million.
okay, okay.
That was the
Talk to us
big piece.
about, right, right. Talk to us about how basically, in your viewpoint, Atleti had kind of, um, exploited what we do. Basically, in the Super Cup as well, we saw glimpses of what you guys did to some great, ex, uh, execution, especially in the um, at the Wanda in the first El Derby in the league, like crosses still, just like you mentioned, how it kind of hurts your defense. It is kind of kryptonite for us as well. Like, you remember very well, like how you scored basically three goals of free headers. Um, but what, in your opinion, basically turned the tide in the Copa del Rey, round of 16 matchup?
I would say, like right now, like Atletico Madrid is playing really, really good attacking football. I don't know if you guys would agree or not, because like we are labeled as a defensive team and all of that. I mean, like nowadays, like literally every team defends. You
Yeah,
can see every team defending their own goals and everything.
yeah,
So yeah, so we are labeled as a defensive team, which is not true at all. I mean, like if you go to that Super Copa thing, so like the way we conceded that third goal, that Carvajal, yeah, Carvajal scored that one. So you could see that like we conceded that goal through a counter attack. Like, can you imagine Atletico leading 3-2,
yeah,
like last minutes of the game, and we conceded a goal from a counter attack? Like, can you
yeah,
believe it?
yeah,
It's not like Atleti. So the thing is, like we are now playing attacking football, and we are holding the ball really, really well in the midfield. So that's a good thing. And when we talk about the Copa del Rey game, like there were some moments like when both the teams had possession, so which is like was quite even game. But I would say the Copa del Rey game, I mean, it went a bit, luck went a bit on our side, I'll be honest. Because the first two goals was just Rudiger was like clearing his ball, dropped to Samolino, he scored. And then second goal, I have no idea what happened, to be honest. Lunin and Rudiger, no idea. They were hugging each other, or I don't know what happened. Maybe some love lost over there. I have no. Yeah, I just Morata tapping it. That was great. But again, the way we conceded the two goals as well, I'm like, Oblak just gifted you guys a goal. And then the second goal, again, I mean, Morata should have made it 3-1. That was game over there. And with that same counter attack, we conceded the equalizer. So that was Nuzilu scoring that one, right? So yeah,
yeah.
that was again, at that time I was thinking like, not again, please. I can't see another Oblak memes or anything like that. But luckily for me, Griezmann did a really good run from the wing player, and like he scored a wonder goal that time. So, yeah, that was really, really good.
I can really see the pain, when you talk about Oblak. It really, lifts my mood because when we, like when I was growing up, especially Black was, we all know how highly rated he was, and now basically he is. Can we call him mid tier at this moment in time?
I mean, like this season has been really solid to be honest. Like even the
Mm,
Copa del Rey, Real started the game really good. Bellingham hit the post, and then
mm,
like Rodrigo got a chance. It was a great save from Oblak. If you guys remember that double save, Rodrigo hits
mhm.
it, and then Ross to Vinicius, then he saves it again. And then, but again, I'm like it's on and off to be honest. Like he made some really good saves, but again, you can say it like a really
When you
interesting
compare
goal.
to his highs, this is basically bang average in my opinion.
Yeah,
Rajat.
like you don't
Mm,
see, yeah, you don't see these things happening,
mm.
like you don't see this
Maybe it's a
happening.
consequence of you guys playing much more on the front foot as well.
Yeah, maybe that's it. The thing with Oblak is like he's an excellent shot stopper, but
Mm,
when it comes to like ball playing, he lacks over there. So like I don't know, he panics a little bit, and also like while coming like from off his line, I think he hesitates a little bit. But again, it's an excellent shot stopper
mm.
without a doubt.
Fair enough. More your thoughts, man, on looking back. I know it's not super easy for us to sit here and basically reflect on that loss in the Copa del Rey, but how can we basically counteract? Yes, things did go our way, but if we remember, like we kind of lost our own sense of urgency, our own sense of direction, with couple of lapses of concentration, of couple of bad um, bad things of fate, especially during the game. Like how can we counteract that? Like, are you expecting Carlo to be a bit more um proactive tomorrow? I mean, on Sunday.
Man, to talk about this the cup game, I think it's interesting. Before I talk
Mm,
about the cup game, I think I want to touch upon something you guys were discussing about Oblak. I was
mm,
just looking at the advanced stats for Oblak, and I was kind of surprised that Atleti don't actually allow a lot of chances, but they have conceded a lot more than us.
mm,
I think they have the fourth least amount of goals allowed in La Liga, but it's like tied with Sociedad, and we have like 14 and they have like 21 or something. But when you look at the advanced stats, you realize that Atleti actually concede the least amount of chances in the league. But then when you look at Oblak's advanced stats, you realize that he's letting in a lot of goals. Goals that he should
mm,
be shot, that he should be saving. So it's kind of like surprising to see how quickly he has declined. I thought it was like just a one season phenomenon, maybe, because
yeah,
goalkeepers definitely are allowed to have a bad season or something. But talking to you guys, like listening to you guys, I think it kind of signals a trend. Let's see what happens, like from here on out. But Oblak for me has always been a good keeper, like you said.
makes
Uh,
me so happy. I can't describe it.
No,
Honestly,
the thing is,
honest to
the thing
God.
is actually, yeah, I'll back him up on this. The thing is actually, when you look at the way Athletic concedes the goal, I'm like those goals are just like pure quality. Like even like if you see that goal from Alvaro Garcia in this midweek game, I
Mm,
was just right in the corner. Like he had no chance. So I mean, like these are the type of goals we are conceding in the league. Like right, top corners. Even against the Girona, that last minute winner, I was right in the corner. Like he didn't have any chance. I don't know how it happens. It's just like the athletic way to concede goals. Like we don't get any chance. Even the goal, the Jose Lu, when Savage, it was a known goal by Savage. Like the ball touches his feet, touches the ground, and went to the top corner. I'm like not here and there, like anywhere, middle,
yeah,
anywhere, top
yeah.
corner. I mean, like
You do have a point.
that's the most athletic way to concede. I'm like I can't really blame the goalkeeper for that. If the goal is just happens to be going to the top corner, like so yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely interesting to hear. But yeah, coming back to the cup game, I think in the cup I felt like we played pretty well, for most of the game. But we considered unfortunately two errors, which were kind of like disappointing. Like I mean, rather like you guys have already discussed about it, so I don't really see the point in rehashing old memories, hurtful memories. So I guess for Ancelotti coming into this game, the idea has to be, be more decisive in the attack. Take advantage of chances that we're creating. I think against Atleti we didn't really do that. I'm hoping because the game is at the Bernabeu, so our players wouldn't be like they wouldn't have the pressure of playing at the Metropolitano. So it will be interesting to see how Ancelotti approaches the game, especially given the fact that we are going to be without Tchouaméni, Rudiger, Militao, and Alaba. So it's basically one central defender in Nacho who
My
will play. I mean,
goodness.
Nacho is the fourth choice, so that really says it. And we were discussing about Carvajal potentially being a centre back. Maybe another option is to play Ferland Mendy as a centre back.
Mendy, yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be interesting how Real Madrid, approach this game defensively, because I think that is going to set the trend for the game. Looking at the ways the card are stacked against us, I would be happy, taking a draw going into this game. But it will definitely, yeah. I mean, it has to be a defensive, a teamwork. It has to be a teamwork defensively for Real Madrid to get something out of this game, because of all the players that we're missing.
I'm telling you, psychologically, this game, like how you mentioned, the cards are basically stacked against us. Like psychologically, on the back of what happened in the Copa del Rey as well, the players are going to be nervous, man. And that's one thing that I can guarantee you. The players are going to be second guessing whatever's going to happen unless we get a break, and we score early, we score first. Scoring first, in my opinion, is going to be so pivotal in deciding which way this matchup is gonna swing. And I hope it's our way, and I hope the players don't really um, get into their own heads
No, I
regarding
think this bunch of Real Madrid players, like you kind of have to give it to their mentality, because the way they have
yeah.
played over the past couple of years. Even like in 21-22, we saw all the history of comebacks, and this season as well, we have seen this. They have come back from difficult situations. So for me, it isn't about like I don't really see them second guessing themselves like going into the game, but obviously that is a possibility if the events go against us. If there's a refereeing decision, or if Atleti score a goal early, or two goals early, then I can see heads dropping. But with players like, I think even Jude coming in, they have shown the spirit of fighting till the end, like hasta el final. So I think I don't really see us like going into the game second guessing ourselves. But if things go against us, then it could happen, especially given what happened in the cup. Like you pointed out.
100%.
People, yeah, I'm
Go
sorry.
on, Raj.
I wanted to add something to it. So, people actually say that like you shouldn't score first against Real Madrid because they always find a way back. So last three meetings we've met, we've scored first all of the three times. Okay, I mean, like you guys did do a comeback against us in the Super Copa, but you guys couldn't do at Wanda. So I think, like again, if we score the first goal and if we close the game by scoring the second, I think we have a really good chance. But
Mhm.
again, you never know. Actually, I don't know. Like one fuck up in the defense and Real Madrid is back in the game. You never know.
Yeah, yeah. We're always there to pounce. I guess it's PTSD, Rajat. It's normal. You know, when I speak to he's my best friend back in uni. I've told you this as well. When I speak to him, he tells me this, right? Like every victory is super sweet, but even while enjoying the victory, we just know that the next matchup is gonna be a completely different flip. So yeah, man, brace yourselves, right? Like where is Atleti in the table? Are they fourth right now?
Third.
They're third, yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
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 Oh, I thought you were like filing something on me.
Really?
Hey,
I
yeah, I
wasn't.
thought you were,
I wasn't. I
yeah,
was trying to make a point that jeopardy and ill fate is always around the corner for Atleti. It's just
yeah,
the way it is.
yeah. I wanted to add something to that actually. When you mentioned like well, yeah, I wanted to say that so like who are you facing in the Copa del Rey game again? I forgot.
Oh, okay. You want to basically, bask in that glory. Fair enough, man. Go ahead, bro. This cup is all yours to win.
But
But
given the history of Atleti, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys reach the final and lose it. So
yeah, it's just
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm still looking for your Champions League trophy from Lisbon,
El
or was it Milan?
Pupas.
I don't really see it in your trophy list.
this is it. Definitely this is the Nancy one.
The history of Atleti is pretty famous for their collapses. They lost the Champions League final against Bayern, unluckily, and then they lost against us unluckily 2 times in the Champions League.
They I think that it was a replay against Bayern,
Yeah,
right?
but
They tied in the
Yeah,
19th minute or something.
yeah, and then they lost in the replay. But this is the history of Atleti. They don't call them El Pupas for
Come on,
nothing, the
man. I
unlucky
mean,
ones.
like,
So
if people will
I'm
talk
hoping
about
for the
this,
history to repeat.
yeah, you guys sound exactly like Man United fans. Living is a history. Come on, man. You have to live in the present.
United
Man,
fans
the thing is, at
being
least we can
compared
live in
to
history, right? You
us.
can't even do that.
Come on, man. You have to live in the present. We're talking about this.
We are living in the present. We are top of the table and you're third. How many points off? 10?
I mean,
15?
okay, fine. Season is not over. We still have a lot of games,
But Sunay, we should actually admire something. They have won a trophy already this season. We have beaten Real Madrid twice trophy.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah, I mean,
yeah. That's
congratulations, man.
definitely a trophy. That's 100% a trophy. I think they value more than the Champions League. But yeah, man, don't forget, right? Like you asked us, like who are we facing in the Copa del Rey? I hope you remember who you are facing in the Copa del Rey as well, right?
Yeah,
Can you put your chest out and say we are gonna beat Bilbao 100%?
yes, because the
Especially with
fan
the second leg being at the San Mamés, if I'm not mistaken.
yes, obviously, bro. I'm going with my heads up high. Obviously, time out.
Okay.
Like we're not Barcelona.
Okay. Fair. Because yeah, I have a soft spot for Bilbao, and I'll be rooting so hard for Inaki and Nico Williams to rep a new one
Yeah,
for Simeone. So
yeah,
fingers crossed. Fingers
those guys are actually being. That thing I can't deny. Those guys are something else actually. And the funny fact is that they don't even
Yeah.
get in. Like that's the funny fact. Like, when you talk about
Yeah.
Inaki Williams and Nico Williams, I mean like Nico still like he gets in.
You're fucking jinxing the thing. I'm not gonna let you. I'm gonna stop you right there and say no more. I don't want to hear anything. Blah 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 blah. But I get your point. They're phenomenal athletes. Touch wood. They stay fit enough to kill you guys.
I mean,
That's the only thing I
you
need.
shouldn't be disrespecting Athletic Club. They are your father club. So
Oh, are
I'm
they?
not-
I've
I'm not-
heard stories
I'm not-
about that.
yeah,
Hmm.
Atleti were formed from Athletic Club. They started off as a sister club of theirs in Madrid.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not disrespecting them. I'm showing respect towards their player. Two players. I'm showing respect towards them.
Rajat has a way with words, man.
Yeah.
More if you're unfamiliar, I think this is the best way to get to know yourself. That's why I didn't really get to introducing you guys before we came on. But let's get into a few of the comments more if you can help me out.
Yeah.
Ashik was mentioning what makes Atleti tough is if they get a goal, then they manage the game a lot better than other teams in La Liga. Plus, if they got Ricardo in, I want to see Joselu in this match at least in the first 45. I just don't think Rodrigo is going to have a good game as our CF
I think
against them.
disconnected.
Oh, it's connected?
Yeah, it's reconnected now. Okay.
Okay.
It starts with the comments again, I guess.
Oh, what happened? So, did we miss the last 10 minutes or something?
No. We just missed like a minute. I guess once you started reading the comments, at that point we got disconnected. Now we connected again.
Okay, fair. Ashik was mentioning what makes Atleti tough is if they get a goal, then they manage the game a lot better than other teams in La Liga. Plus, if they keep their cool, they play a rigid game, nullifying our midfield, 100%. Ricardo was mentioning, I want to see Joselu in this match, at least in the first 45. I just don't think Rodrigo is going to have a good game as a centre forward. Yeah, that's a big claim, man. Rodrigo, yes, he hasn't been in tip-top form, at least from mid-December, but he has a penchant for scoring against Atleti. He always comes in clutch. We can't forget his goal against Atleti at home last year as well. Ricardo's mentioning also, I can't believe we have one legitimate centre back going into this game. They are gonna spam crosses after crosses against us. 100%. It was already a highway when it comes to crosses being put into a box with just Nacho being there. And Nacho, let's be honest, Nacho isn't the greatest aerially as well. So may God help us, man. Rachit, who's gonna be your starting centre forwards, bro? Is it gonna be Morata and Griezmann again?
I mean, like Griezmann is 100%, but pairing with Griezmann, like now that's something like like it's really confusing because Depay
Mm.
currently like in good form. He's
Good form, yeah.
been yeah,
It was kind of a goalkeeper's gift in the last game though.
yeah, he was a goalkeeper. That's true actually. Not
He
even
fumbled the ball. Mm.
yeah, but the way he found his way between the two defenders was like they give credit where it's due. So that was really good. But yeah, again, like it was also a goalkeeper's gift. So yeah, I mean, like it's a difficult thing. Like if you start Morata or Depay is in good form. Morata is in good form, like all of this season. I think we should go with Morata because to get those headers in.
Even if he's
Uh,
coming right off an injury, yeah, like you're gonna risk it. He was gonna
yeah,
probably
I mean,
risk it.
like yeah, the thing is like he hasn't really missed that much. Like it was
Mm.
just one game.
One
Last
game,
week,
yeah. Mm. Mm. Mm.
now he's back, so he'll probably be like training with the team. And yeah, I think he'll be ready for the game against Real Madrid.
And
So
he's
on Sunday,
super. He's
so on
super
Sunday, right?
lethal in the air as well. Mm.
Yeah, that's one thing. Even like not in here, like this game, like he's been good with his feet as well. Like if you guys
Yeah.
remember the game against Girona, that was really, really good.
Mm. Yeah. Against Girona, he bagged a hat trick, right?
Yeah, he backed the hat.
Mm.
Yeah, the thing is again, like two historical things for us, and like both of them ended in a. I mean, what to say?
I felt that he's underplaying Morata because he said Depay is in good form, Morata is in good form. I think Morata is in great form. He's not just in good form.
Yeah,
And
one of the best players in the league this year.
yeah, and I think the fact that he just missed one game from injury. He wasn't like it wasn't really a serious injury, and he's probably gonna be back for the derby on Sunday. So I can't see Depay starting in front of Morata. Like I would be incredibly surprised if Simeone goes with that. For me, it's like Morata this season has been the best striker in the league, so he should be starting like eyes closed.
Mm. And the animosity, like said, like I've like I don't know if I've told Rajat or Farooq or Jacob has mentioned it to you. Like one of our own guys, like he basically has his manager season tickets, at his disposal. So sometimes when he gets a day off, he goes in to see Atleti, and he tells me in detail how much the Atleti crowd hates Depay. Every single touch he takes is booed. His work rate is booed. People are like, "Fatso, run!" That's basically the uh,
But Morata
the
coming to
sentiment.
the Morata coming to the Bernabeu is gonna be the same thing, because I still remember
Yeah.
the chant that I think that was directed to him the first time he came back as an Atleti fan. Is like Morata is
Yeah,
like
you know the
you're so bad, you're always on the bench, go rot in the dustbin or something. And
that one funny thing I'm gonna add to this. So, like the last game against Rayo Vallecano, so, like he scored that goal. So in the comment section, Atletico posted that his celebration picture. So in the comment
Yeah.
section, he posted that they love the fat guy, Memphis Depay.
Yeah, so now there is some truth to it, because I couldn't believe the first time when I heard that his own fans really don't rate him. Um, if the Mohammadi was mentioning, I'm having a hard time watching Haram Ball once or twice a year. Man, respect to this guy watching Haram Ball throughout the year. Man, if the times have changed, Rajat was very keen on pointing that out, and it has been evident for at least it has been a gradual progression of Atleti's identity. Like, yes, they can be, solid, but they're not defensive. They're not defensive anymore. Um, right. Ashi was saying, I don't think Copa del Rey will play anything psychologically in our players' minds. I guess he reckons. We lose that tournament against teams like Alcorcon. So losing to Atleti is at least reasonable. You have a point. A very good point. Big up Metro TV, man. Metro TV says, Ala Madrid, Mendy will play centre back against Atleti. I don't know, man. Let's just wait and watch what happens. But Mendy is a good shout. Like, apart from his obvious aerial, deficiencies, he's someone who's defensively astute, and I think he
Sunil, you're
can.
talking about a centre back, and you said apart from his obvious aerial deficiencies, I mean,
Bro,
that's like half
who
the game
really?
what we took away from
I
it.
know. But who is actually aerially, dominant apart from Rudiger.
Militao,
Militao,
that's true. But
maybe.
when you're talking about a centre back, and you say apart from his obvious aerial deficiencies, I mean, you're taking away half the game of the centre back. So I mean,
But it might change. It might change because when he plays wing back, he has to always defend the back post,
now
right?
I think if Mendy ever has to play a centre back, I always liked him playing as a third centre back. In a three man back line.
In the three, yeah.
I remember it was against. I think it was against Atalanta when in the Zidane season where we had an
21
number of injuries. So that season, I remember him playing against Atalanta as the third centre back. So I think that is the position. If Mendy plays centre back, he should play. But the thing is, like, I feel Carvajal, although short, if you remember the Chelsea game in the Champions League, he stepped in and did a job. So for me, I actually read a very interesting take on this situation today on Twitter. Surprisingly, but it was pretty good. They were saying that we might go for a team approach, wherein Carvajal, Mendy, and Nacho, both of them like play centrally while defending, with Camavinga covering the left back position, and probably they start Lucas, and he covers the right back position. So that might be something interesting to see, if we decide to go that way.
100%. I think even Ashik was making the point. Ronan, there's your answer. He was asking what are your takes on Mendy as centre back. Mo gave you a pretty decent breakdown of what he thinks, and I completely agree. But Rajat on the other side, he'll be licking his lips. He'll be looking at the prospect of Mendy playing centre back and be like, Morata is going to have a field day.
I mean, definitely, like, Morata is going to have a field day, but then they are also missing Josema, Josema Jimenez. So they have their own defensive weaknesses. So I guess it's going to be a game that might go swing from one side to the other.
Rajat, go on.
Yeah, I'll try to connect back. Actually, just give me a minute. I'll try to connect back.
Okay, fair. Okay, right. I thought he was going to chip into the conversation, but a few more of the comments. Ashik was mentioning, as long as Mendy doesn't become adventurous, starts to think he is Vasco da Gama, the explorer, and ends up in uncharted territory. I don't think he's gonna do any of that. If he's best on with the duties of being centre back. But yeah, man, talk to me, Mo. How do you think our ideal lineup would be? Like, yeah, we kind of touched upon the centre back situation, but who do you think is going to start up in midfield, replacing Chouameni? Camavinga, obvious choice.
I think Camavinga is the obvious choice. We got Toni Kroos probably gonna come back. So Camavinga, Toni Kroos, Valverde, and Bellingham, obviously. So I guess that's gonna be our four, and at the back line is the one where it's gonna be interesting to see who starts, because I think Nacho, Carvajal, and Mendy are a given, but it's going to be interesting to see like who comes in to complement them. So that is where I think the idea of Lucas starting as a right back and Carvajal as centre back comes from. But let's see.
I hope the synergy and the equation is somewhat stable. Like it's not free for all battle royale trying to basically man, like even pressing passively requires some sort of a cohesion from your back line to be standing a chance, especially in a game that is gonna be driven by emotion. A derby, no matter what people say, in my humble opinion, I've always thought that derbies or clásicos, or big Champions League games, yes, it's going to be defined by quality, but there's also a big part for emotion to play a role in it as well. But
I think while like Alex is away, we could probably listen to what Doris has for us.
Oh yeah, 100%. People pick up Manscaped, and man, pick up Doris as well.
So guys, Valentine's Day is coming up and you want to impress the lady? Don't know if you've done enough? Well, Manscaped is here for you with the new Performance Package 5.0 Ultra. Elevate your grooming game to a whole new level and keep the romance alive all year round. Save 20% off and free shipping with code LBR20 at checkout. In this package you get a bunch of things. You get a new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra with skin safe technology to keep your sensitive bits down there safe, and it features a super bright LED spotlight, so there's no accidents in the shower, and it's waterproof. You get the nose trimmer or an ear trimmer if you ever used it, and trust me, when you get this, there's no excuse for you to ever have nose hairs just standing out of your nose, and no woman likes that, so really think about it. And you get a bunch of other things like ball deodorant, and this will really impress the ladies, you know. I don't even need to tell you about that. And ball aftershave, you know, if you're prone to irritation or redness in general, it will just feel better, you know, it will suit the skin after you shave to put this on. You get in the package 2 little baggies, you get a pair of boxers and the new beard hedger pro kit. You get like a bunch of little pieces to keep the precision going, the length that you want, you know, so it seamlessly, you know, handles even trickier beards, you know, with the very thick hairs and all of it. You are just safe with it. And if you want to be date ready, you know, have the proper appearance for your lady, you know, be properly groomed, this is the package for you. Get 20% off with the code LBR20 at checkout and get free shipping with that at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com with code LBR20 at checkout. Here's to keeping the romance alive, one smooth move at a time. Back to the video.
Yeah, man, big up Doris, big up Manscaped. You heard the woman. Perfect excuse to, you know, show some love to a channel, show some love to Manscaped. Like I, you know, always reiterate, how long Manscaped stays with us is, you know, decided by how much love you can show us, how much love you can show them as well. Big up Jacob as well, Goatscaped. He's in the chat all the way from Dubai, you know, vacating, you know, and leaving all this, you know, preview duties with me. Bro, it ain't fair, you know. Even I would like to go on a vacay. So hopefully when you're back, I'll be off to the Himalayas, you know,
So then,
next
you know,
week.
you need to first have a place to go to. So we are not like Jacob.
Oh yeah, that's true as well. That's true. Jacob can literally, you know, go over on Expedia, you know, put up a pin and fly out the next day.
Jacob is getting sponsored trips, you know, because of how everybody appreciates him on the podcast. So he's getting ad opportunities.
Yeah,
Sponsored trips and
100%,
everything.
100%. But he deserves the break, though. He basically carries the whole thing. Right?
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
Definitely.
Right? Like this guy is the linchpin. Rajat knows, you know. I can see it just from the way Rajat speaks to us. He doesn't respect us as much as he respects Jacob. You know, it's a shame, but you know, like we get what kind of you know, level Jacob is at. But yeah, I'm gonna big up Jacob every single time. A few other comments before we, you know, head further into discussing the lineups and whatnot. Wait, hold on. Where did I stop? Yeah, Ashu was mentioning funny how Atletico's lineup seems to be made of Real Madrid's Fabrica boys. Hasn't it been, you know, a case for large
I
parts
was actually seeing
in history?
I was actually seeing a post where it was talking about like how many players in the first team are from your academy, and I was like, how
Right.
do Atleti's teams look like? It's from Real Madrid's academy, so I don't know much about that. I mean, we should
Morata,
It's
Llorente.
Morata, Llorente, Hermoso, and I mean Pablo Barrios also used to play in the academy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, off the top of my head, these are the guys. Saul played a year at Madrid's academy, and I mean, these are the players I can remember. I don't know which other players are in the Atleti team. So
Hermoso as well. Hermoso as well. Mario Hermoso as
yeah,
well.
I
Yeah, he mentioned Hermoso. But but they gave us Raul though, so you know, I guess everything evens out.
Raul is like
Yeah.
1 year at Atleti. I mean, if they want to still claim it, I understand that.
Fair. But yeah, Madrid.
I mean,
Go on,
like, it's
Rajat.
fair enough. Yeah, I mean, like it's fair enough for him actually. So like we're literally a team combined with Barcelona and Real Madrid players. I'm like I'm fine with that.
Yeah. It's just the way, you know, how the ball works, you know, because we have one of the best academies. It's only obvious. it's only natural, basically, that so many of our graduates play in the top flight, across Europe. It's only sensible. Matter TV was
Yeah,
mentioning. Hmm.
I'm like, yeah, or maybe like you guys don't know how to recognize the talent, because
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah, you
Is
guys
it? It's
have.
just that we have no time to really,
No,
recognize
I mean,
and
if we didn't know how to recognize the talents, we would not have 14 of what you don't have. So
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
like,
it's
if
true.
you really think about it, like you guys used to have Hakimi, you guys used to have Theo Hernandez, even though like he came from us, still you guys used to have him. Okay, I'm like, imagine having those two fullbacks with
now,
this team right
I
now.
think
Just
if you look at it seriously, the thing is like Real Madrid breaking into first team is like incredibly difficult. So there's a glass ceiling that is not for everybody to break, and you can't just be good to be a Real Madrid player. You also have to have that mental toughness, which we were kind of alluding to when we were talking about Real Madrid psychology earlier in this video itself. And I think with Theo, the thing is like he didn't really perform to the levels that he did at Alaves when he came to Real Madrid. He went to Sociedad and then he struggled to replicate those same things. And it is kind of good for him that he goes to Milan and he gets the opportunity to do what he has been doing at Milan since then. But I think there is a reason why Madrid let him go for 20 million, and that reason is that he didn't really perform in Spain. I'm happy for him, and I hope that one day he could possibly return, but I don't really see that happening.
It's never gonna happen. With Hakimi as well, Dani Carvajal. I mean, he would be a good backup, but he'll be just wasting away his prime, his peak,
And I mean,
rotting
we
on the
haven't
bench.
really lacked for anything with Fulam Mendy. I mean, offensively, definitely Theo is like levels above him, but defensively, Mendy has been one of the best in the world, and I think that is what our team needs, and we have won the Champions League with him, so you can't really complain about it.
100%. I really liked what Theo brought to the table, especially after he peaked. Since I've been following Milan, when they actually won the Scudetto as well, like his leadership qualities, his aggression, his nous for even scoring some pivotal goals. Yeah, man, who you should understand. There's levels to this game, Rajat. Right? It's not as cut and dry
yeah,
as
yeah, like maybe that's what motivates them actually. That's why maybe they perform so well against Real Madrid. I mean, it can be a factor. I don't know,
Mm.
or maybe it's not, like to prove the main team wrong, where you were left out and everything. It can be a factor. It can work in your favor. Yeah.
You might have a point, but I don't think they have any sort of a professional grudge towards Real Madrid. I don't think so.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
just me.
like, yeah, even, like when you see, okay, do you guys remember Morata celebrating those goals against Real
Yeah,
Madrid?
Morata is. Do you think he's a decent human being? I held him in such high,
No,
regard
I think the thing with
before.
Morata isn't about being a decent human being. It's more about the fact that once he went to Atleti from Chelsea, he had to ingratiate himself to the Atleti fans, because I don't know if Alex remembers when Morata first joined, there were a lot of protests against him from the Atleti fans, kind of like how everybody is treating Depay currently. So I think he had to
Yeah.
ingratiate himself, and to do that, he went over the top. And then from ever since then, I think the Bernabeu has kind of let him know what we feel about him. So.
The thing is, like, it's not easy to win the hearts of Atleti fans. That's true. Like, even when Griezmann came back, like, he had to go through a lot. But again,
Yeah.
like, he had to work his way through it. Like, now, like, he's literally, again, back. Prince of Atleti is back to his den. So, like, it's not easy to win the hearts of Atleti fans. That's true. That's a given.
Mm. Yeah, maybe why I think that he isn't a decent human being is because I didn't expect him to. Like, you can. No, I understand that he has to basically go through the trial of fire to, earn back his fans, and whatnot. But the way he kind of, completely, put us on the mud with his statements, I didn't expect that from him, because he won a couple of Champions Leagues and played, some important key roles in winning some major titles. So yeah, it is what it is. It's because I loved Morata so much, while he was with us. Maybe that's why I kind of have, poison in my opinion about him.
Morata was
Mm.
like at Madrid. A lot of people loved him when he was coming through the academy. A lot of us had like
Yeah.
high hopes from him, and like when you look
Yeah.
at his skill set, everybody thinks that this guy's gonna be a top level striker. but he kind of didn't have the patience to stick it around and duke it out with Benzema. So we kind of wished him well, but then the statements that he made, especially after he came back to Spain from Chelsea, kind of rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And ever since then, he's a rat to Madrid, kind of like Courtois is to Atleti, but Courtois.
Thibaut, yeah, I forget Thibaut, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, even Courtois, some stuff he says. I mean, like we were the team who gave him the first chance, to go into that, top league.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, it is what it is. You have to live through it. I mean, like we still have one snake in our own backyard with Joao Felix going on. But yeah,
That's true. Joao Felix is just goodness me, man. That guy. Yeah.
we still have our first snake in our own backyard. So I mean, like I know exactly how it feels.
100%. Madrid was mentioning, let's hope Rudiger is fit to play against Atleti. Don't want Mendy or Carvalho at centre back against Morata and them, man. Madrid has a valid point. The same fears we have as well. Ashik was mentioning Kamavinga is a Swiss Army knife. You have a problem with the lineup, slot the boy in where you have players missing. LOL, 100%. Super versatile. He just has the it's over something that really concerned me while he was breaking into the first team. Especially in his first year, how he constantly kept up picking yellow cards every other game. I really wondered how is he gonna be, especially in pressure situations. And we saw just that very season in a few months how he kind of had a tab on his temperament, and I think that's the key element that allows Kamavinga to thrive in any role across the team.
When you're talking about having doubts about Kamavinga, the first thought in my mind was like, what would Farouk think if he watched this video?
He would be like, oh man, I was so wrong. That's the sole notion he would have. Yeah, but let him enjoy.
Pushed me out and made me out to the villain all the while you guys had your doubts yourselves, because he used to say always, Kamavinga has to prove itself, age doesn't matter, whatnot.
Yeah. Well, he warmed up to him, especially last season. I remember Farouk basically was father figure for Kamavinga for large parts, which sometimes made me, a bit emotional, but it's only understandable, when Farouk, has basically, give someone, his certificate, his vouch, it is held in high regard. But yeah, I mean, Madrid TV, I think, has given up his own lineup, which I think should be, most probably what's going to happen tomorrow. Leon Carvalho, Nacho, Mendy, Fran Garcia, Kamavinga, Kroos, Modric. No, I don't think so. Bellingham, Vinny, and Rodrigo. I want Modric to start. Even Mo wasn't too keen on his performance last night.
I think last night. TV might have mistyped it. He kind of missed out on Fede, so I'm thinking he made a mistake over there. Maybe.
Oh, probably. Yeah. Probably. But yeah, I was just telling Francesco that we need to give Lucas some more minutes. I hope that comes into existence. If the Mohammadi was saying in the Super Cup, it was a defender scoring fest. In the Copa del Rey, it was a GK fumbling the ball fest, I think. In La Liga, are we going to see Carlo against Diego Simeone? Is he off the meeting?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Probably his Wi-Fi cut off, man. I actually wanted to get his thoughts on the lineup as well. It's a shame. Let me see if he did message me. He hasn't really messaged me.
Yeah, but I think just to read Ifti Mohammadi's comment, is like in Super Cup it was defender scoring fest. In Copa del Rey it was goalkeepers fumbling the ball. In La Liga we're going to see Carlo versus Diego Simeone 1-1 in WWE. I mean I would pay to watch that.
TLC.
Yeah, and then Marcelo's music plays and he suddenly comes out of the holding a chair just to help out.
Throws a chair into the ring, yeah. Stone Cold style. I guess his Wi-Fi is completely off because I don't think he's even receiving the messages. It's a shame. But yeah, man, Mo, we can quickly wrap this up. If Rajat joins us in the next 10 minutes or so, we'll get his opinion on what his ideal lineup would be. But Atleti, Have you been seeing some of the recent? I mean, some of the recent exploits, and like, do you think they are a much more composed side than when we faced them the first time around in the league in September?
So, sorry, I didn't understand what you're saying.
No, in the sense that are they a much more composed, much more
Atleti?
settled side, yeah, than when we met them first time in the league
Okay.
earlier.
For me, I think the fact is like going to at the beginning of the season, I had like a lot of high hopes for Atleti,
Mm.
especially because they were coming into this season with a very settled squad, whereas everybody else was kind of like we had our doubts about Benzema leaving and how we were gonna integrate Jude Bellingham into the squad. So
Yeah,
right now, I kind of expected them to be settled at the start of the season, but now I think they're kind of like slowly getting into form the way they have been playing over the last couple of months. They had a couple of setbacks earlier in the season. So yeah, for now, for me, Atleti look to be in better form right now. But then when they first played against us, I think they were still in pretty good form because they had that game against Rayo where I think they like pummeled them for 7 or something. So I think Atleti both times their phases have been in pretty good form. But it's going to be an interesting game because Real Madrid also have been on a decent run. What is unlucky for us is like we have lost a lot of players. So let's see how we do. But yeah, Sunil, I think Rajat is back. So
I
Yeah, sorry,
completely agree
guys.
with you, Mo. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good, Rajat. We were gonna just ask you your thoughts on tomorrow's lineup. Like, what is your expected lineup looking like?
Okay, so like goalkeeper is definitely obvious one, Oblak, and right back. Okay, so we actually play with five defense, so I'm gonna go with wing back. So right wing back is going to be Molina. The back three, I'm not really sure, like because like we don't have Jimenez. That's a massive, massive miss for us. Just like you guys, I don't know if you guys have Rudiger because he's doubtful for the game. So, but like for us, Jimenez is completely ruled out. So that's a massive miss for us. So now that thing I'm concerned about because I don't know who will play in the center of the back three. That's the main thing. If I have to go with, I'll put Witzel as the main central defender, and then you know, putting some faith in Savic again,
Savic
just
has been
because
completely demoted, yeah, this season.
Savic, yeah, because the thing is, like, he's made too many mistakes this season. Like,
Mm,
that the own goal against Real Madrid was literally like the, nail in the coffin. Like, the
mm.
fan went against him and all of that. So, yeah, I mean, like, but again, like, when you look at the first time we met in Metropolitano, National 6, he was really, really good, actually.
Yeah.
Savic was really, really good. So, yeah, I'm going to put some faith back in him, to start him as the right center back for us. And left center back, I hope we start Ronaldo because that guy is really, really good. He's back for us.
He's back from
That's
injury and scored a goal as well. Mm.
yeah, yeah. So like he is actually a guy who's good with duels and all. Like he gives it all. Plus he's fast as well, so like he can go up with the pace. And so I hope he starts as well. And left wing back again, Samulino is a clear choice for me. I don't think Riquelme is as good as Samulino. I mean Riquelme is good, like if he's coming
Off
from
the
the bench,
bench.
like, yeah. And then midfield, I'll go with again Koke as our CDM, and the two midfield, I'll go with Pablo Barrios and Rodrigo De Paul. These three guys are literally in form
Koke
right
has
now.
been having a very clear resurgence this year, right? Like he has really, I think, rolled back the years. Like whenever I see Koke, like he is your one man standing between calamity and greatness, right?
Sunil,
Like I saw the
you must not have
mm.
watched the Girona game in that case.
Yeah, the Girona
Yeah, yeah.
game was, it's just
Some,
one of those games where
No, I mean,
everything goes.
I think
Mm,
Koke, like, I don't know what a
mm.
regular watcher of Atleti feels because, obviously they have a better understanding of the situation. But for me, I think Koke has been a pretty, like, he's been on a downward trend. It's been pretty clear this season. And
Mm.
I mean, he might have had a resurgence of late, like in the
Well,
past month
I've
or
seen
so.
so many games in which he has basically the last ditch, the goal saving tackles, or like the last interception. Maybe I'm just going off just what I see, but yeah. Mm,
no, I mean like it's all about opinions to be honest. But
mm,
Koke for his job is like captain fantastic. Okay, but yeah, I mean like since Mo mentioned like that Girona mistake definitely costed us.
mm.
But that's the only mistake he made this season. Actually, like I mean like we can like forgive him for that one, even though like it hurts us really bad. But again, Koke has been really, really good for us, and he's always going to be our captain. Fantastic. He has to start on the field, because like he's literally the Cholo version 2.0. We
Mm,
need someone like on the field, like some
mm.
leadership. Koke, Pablo Barrios, and Rodrigo De Paul. At front, I'll go with Griezmann and Morata.
For me, it is interesting that you completely left out Llorente because I was kind of expecting him to start at right wing back in place of Molina.
No, no, no. Right wing back. I won't put Llorente. I'll bring him on second half. Like to use him for the tired legs against Real Madrid.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but like both games, like all three games we've played against you, I think Llorente has started, right?
Yes, because Molina was not really having a good time at right wing back. Like he started the season really good, Molina, then he dropped off, and now like he's coming back. So I mean, like you never know Cholo Simeone to be honest, but like if you need crosses in the box, you need Molina over there.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely a good point because I think Madrid are gonna be weak defending crosses in this game especially. So
Yeah, and plus like at match day 6, Rodrigo De Paul was injured, so we had to play Llorente. We didn't really have any choice for that one.
Mm. Mhm. Lorente has been in and out of the side, like especially this year. Like I didn't expect that to happen, but I guess Nahuel Molina has made himself has given himself very good accord. And the more I watch of him, like there is a real player there, and I rate him very much, very much. So especially his delivery is pretty pretty lethal. Has good pace as well, good awareness. Raul Molina, I think, is a very underrated defender. But I guess that's lineups out of the way. I guess it's time for predictions. Rajat, we'll get with you. Like we'll
Yeah.
start with you, but tell us the prediction and also tell us where do you think Atleti is going to end up this season, especially in terms of the table and also in terms of Champions League as well.
Okay, to be honest, like all jokes aside, now like I have to get serious on this one. Okay, so the thing is, so like let's just be true. La Liga is literally, is far from goal. Like you guys are 10 points above us, so that's really a big gap to join. So La Liga, I don't think so. We have a chance at La Liga unless and until like, you guys drop points and all of a sudden like it gets interesting. I mean, like, starting with this Madrid derby only. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't think still, like, it's 10 points. That's like at least 3, 4 games. You guys have to drop points. And for
This
us,
guy's jinxing us, man. I'm telling you.
I mean there is Girona as well if we kind of get jinxed. So.
Yeah, 100%.
but yeah,
100%.
like, if you have enough, but still, 10 points is a massive, massive gap. And talking about the Champions League, we have a really, really difficult round against Inter Milan. They are top of the league, and Lautaro Martinez is literally on fire for them. So again, that's really, really tough. Round 16 as well. Let's see. I mean, like for us Atleti fans, we don't really
Did
go
you say
for.
Lautaro Martinez?
Yeah, he plays for Inter.
Okay, but you guys are facing Napoli though, right?
Barcelona.
Oh,
is
my
facing
bad.
Napoli.
Barca is facing
Yeah,
Napoli.
yeah.
My bad. Completely.
Yeah,
Right.
so,
Yeah, Lautaro
yeah,
Martinez has
so,
been tearing it up. Well,
yeah,
mm,
he is the top scorer of Serie A with
mm.
18, 19 goals, I guess. And so yeah, that's a massive, massive tough tie for us. And but again, like as a Atleti fan, we don't really go for like like at the end of the season,
Yeah.
like just like we go with match by match. So partido a partido is just the saying of Atleti.
Poco. I understand because I guess there was a sense of stagnation, especially after the 21-22 league win. Like where would Atleti actually go from there? There was kind of a question mark, especially surrounding Simeone's future, right? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I guess now there's a certain sense of settlement, right? Like especially I think even Simeone, even Cholo is kind of very comfortable, where he is the most loved, right? The most appreciated. Like coming from an opposition perspective, like I don't think Simeone is going to leave anytime in the near future. There is a clear project in place, right? A clear plan in place for Atleti's future. So yeah, that bodes well, man. Like it bodes well for the league. It bodes well for teams to push each other. It bodes well for the derby as well. We wish you just bad luck and ill fate, but we want you fighting. It's just so that we can, have the satisfaction when you guys are this close, and then, it's
Yeah,
just the way how
you know,
history repeats.
yeah, the thing is with like
Mm.
again with Cholo, it doesn't really get that much support from the board. Like when you look at the
Yeah, of
transfer,
course. Yeah,
like when you look at the transfer window, like our most expensive spending was 5 million on Javi Galán. Like, can you imagine? And you guys are getting 100 million Bellingham, 25 million Arthur Goulet. And
yeah.
like, I was quite surprised when they put out 20 million for Arthur Vermeeren. I was like, wow, like you guys have cash. So like that was really surprising for me. But again, like he doesn't really get that much support from the board, and
Mm.
like literally we have to deal with these 30 plus defenders on our back three. Like when you look at this, Quetta, Witzel, Savic, so our defense is literally like that retirement age, and even Koke like he's in 30s as well. And so yeah, so it's we have to replace these guys. And again, Griezmann again is in 32s, so in a couple of years we need that kind of player as well. There's like massive years coming up for us, but again, like if he doesn't get that backing from the board, then obviously we're gonna struggle. So that's the given. Like last season, it was the same because the players we brought in weren't really that much good. So like we were struggling through the season, and then there was this problem for Joffrey, like we all know. But yeah, so ever since he left us, it's all went really good actually.
Mm. Well, I'm telling you, the future just looks bright. Um, like I used to have this conversation with my best mate as well. Like like I mentioned before, an Atleti fan, and yeah, like even he used to be unsure about where this team was heading, but now he has a bit more, um, you know, uh, I think relief in how the team is shaping up. But Mo, man, I'll come to you, bro. On the Madrid side of things, like what's your take? What's your prediction for tomorrow,
My
for
prediction
Sunday?
is more hopeful than I think is grounded in reality. For me, I'm kind of
Mm.
hoping for a draw at least. If we let in 2 goals, but then go on the other end and score two, and it ends in a 2-2 draw or something like that, because the game against Girona is going to be crucial as well. And I
Yeah,
remember reading that before the fixture against Las Palmas, Ancelotti
yeah.
kind of like challenged the team to win all four. Las Palmas, Getafe, and Atleti, and then Girona. So it will be interesting to see how it goes. Obviously the best we can hope for is a win, but given the situation with Chouameni and Rudiger, both of them out, as having the only one natural centre back, so I would be happy if we escape with a draw.
So you predict a 1-1 or a 0-0 or a
2-2, 2-2.
2-2?
I said 2-2.
2-2, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man. I just hope that isn't the case and we somehow shit house a win. I don't care if
I
it's
mean,
1-0.
once these guys they bring on Roro, and they have Lino time from the other wing, all both players kind of going at our centre backs and crossing all the balls, and it wouldn't be easy to keep a clean
I
sheet.
know,
So
I know. But I'm just hoping, man, hoping and praying that some sort of black magic comes into action tomorrow, because um in my opinion we can't afford to even slip up, like against Atleti. I know Atleti is a pretty good side, and at home as well. Like we can't really afford to lose momentum, especially with Champions League around the corner, and Girona at home as well.
I mentioned it. I
Um,
think the thing is
mm, mm,
like we've only dropped points in 4 games, right? I think it was like 3 draws and 1 defeat. So it's kind of
yeah,
like we've only dropped 9 points in the league so far. So teams are going to drop points. That's going to happen. We aren't going to end up with 100 points or something, 100 or 210 points or something.
thing
So
is, Girona is
for
never
me,
gonna let up.
I mean,
Mm,
even Girona is going to drop points. They're like what, 2 points behind us. We can't really
yeah.
expect them to go on and score like 100 points. If they did, it would be a legendary team. So that would be the magnitude of it. So I think both teams are going to drop points. I think Atleti is like an occasion that we are obviously weak, and it could be a potential banana skin for us given the way the squad is. So yeah, if we drop points, it's okay. The league is still the league goes on till the
I'll
end
be
of
livid,
May.
especially after what happened in the Copa as well. Like I want one over them, and it's due.
I mean,
It's due.
obviously you're gonna feel angry, but you have to be realistic.
Talk sense it to me on Sunday if that happens. Yeah, right.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, because I'm pretty sure like I wouldn't be feeling okay if we drop points, because
No, I
yeah,
mean, I
man, these
totally
guys need
understand
to
that.
be humbled.
Like even against even after the cup game, and I was like going to the cup game, I was pretty okay with us losing to Atleti in that game as well. So for me, it's
Yeah.
like, when you in the moment you kind of feel angry, but once you look, take a step back and look at the whole picture, it's kind
100%.
of like, you just have
I'm a guy who takes it day by day. You know me, right? Like there is no bigger picture when we are doing a post match. Right? It's just that game in isolation, and I hope my feelings don't get to me
So you should be like,
because Rajat will be tuning in,
so you should be a
with his
Simeone
popcorn.
fan in that case, huh? You should be a Simeone fan in that case. Going
I have no
partida
idea,
partida.
bro. I have no idea, bro. Because telling you,
Last time when I texted Sunil, like he wasn't really happy. I sent him a video actually or something, but yeah, like he didn't really like it that much.
I have a very local word for what Rajat did that day, but I'm not gonna say it over here. This is a very cultured pod that we are maintaining for so long. I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna take
but I
it
think
down.
one prediction that needs to be highlighted is Ashik's prediction. Real Madrid 3, Atleti 0, Joselu hat trick. And Farouk going to buy that jersey finally.
100%, 100%. That'll be mad. That'll be mad. Even Metro TV was mentioning, 3-1 to Real Madrid. I would, really be over the moon if that happens. It's less likely. It's less likely. If there was also earlier mentioning Madrid rejects are starting for Atletico, Zidane made the best decision choosing Fede over Llorente. Yeah, I wasn't too happy
I
when that
don't really
happened,
think
but
it was a decision where I kind
yeah,
of
it's
understand
just
like everybody
media
kind of.
hyperbole,
No, I mean it's
right?
like it's on social media. Everybody kind of like to
Yeah,
frame it as Llorente versus Fede, but that was
yeah,
never a
yeah.
binary.
It wasn't the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But still, I was super, sore in the way that we lost Llorente because I rated him. But yeah, man, big up Rajat. Thanks for joining us for today's preview, man. Like you mentioned earlier, we hope this is the end of this season's derbies. For the meanwhile at least, because in the Champions League, just like you, like I don't really have a liking towards facing you guys.
Yeah, stamina towards playing one more round, 2 more rounds actually, not one more, 2 more rounds.
Yeah, 2 legs as well. It's gonna be mad if that happens. It's gonna be a blockbuster. It's gonna be something that's gonna be remembered like all those semi-finals and quarterfinals that we have faced up before. But yeah, man, big up our partners over the Real Madrid committee. They run a brilliant Instagram fan page. Go check them out. Link is in the description below. Big up our partners, Manscaped. Remember, the code is LBR20 to get 20% off and free shipping. I repeat, LBR20 to get 20% off and free shipping. Over at manscaped.com, it ships to almost 90% of the countries across the globe. And also, this is a perfect excuse to show some love, show some support to what we do. Valentine's Day is around the corner. This is the perfect excuse to buy something for your loved ones. Be it a girl or a boy, man or woman. And also, like I would like to reiterate again, if you take on the surface look at the catalog, things might be a bit steeply priced, but I guarantee you there are stuff that is under £50, €50, $50, whatever the case that might be, and they might be the pioneers of below the waist grooming, but they also have a huge plethora of products, especially when it comes to beard trimmers, nose trimmers, loungewear, boxers, socks, all of that stuff, deodorants, you name it, beard wax, all of that. Yeah, man, big up Manscaped. Thanks again to Lewis for making this happen and showing us so much love over the last couple of weeks. Long may this continue. And again, this depends on how much love you can show us and how much love you can show Manscaped as well. Don't forget to share a receipt of it. If you do make a purchase, so that we can show them that you came through us. But yeah, man. Pick up every single one of you in the chat as well. This podcast is what it is over the span of over 2.5 years because of the reason you guys make it a two-way conversation. And yeah, man, big up our big up all our listeners over at our audio platforms as well. I think 1,030 followers just on Spotify. Big up for showing us, so much love over the years, man. Super humble for all the feedback, negative or positive, that you guys send us in every day. Just when people, point out that we accompany them on, night drives, on morning jogs, in the gym, all of that stuff. It's super, super humbling. Can't thank you guys enough. Big up Ashik, big up Madrid TV, big up FT, big up Ricardo, every single one of you who were here. Hopefully Sunday is looking, bright for us, after full time. It ain't at that positive at this moment in time. Tomorrow, especially with Carlos' press conference, we would get to know what the situation is going to be like with Rudiger and, the back line. Hopefully we have a plan to, foil Atleti's ego trip. This is purely an ego trip. Let's be honest. We should.
It's not really good. No, not really.
Because you guys are not going to do anything in the league, right? So that's why I claim it as an ego trip. Because
still, like, it's not like we're not gonna play like other 18 games. Like, we have to show up for it. Like, so obviously we have to show up for the game. But again, we have a busy schedule as well. We have to face Athletic Bilbao this week only after the Madrid derby.
the first leg, yeah.
Yeah, the first leg. It's it's an hour.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we have to manage players accordingly. So I mean, like, even though you guys have injuries and stuff, but also like we have to manage the game time accordingly. So let's see. I mean, I'm definitely sure the game won't go in extra time this time. That's definitely sure.
Thank fuck for that. It's in the league. But
That's definitely, but yeah, let's see. Let's see how it goes.
100%. Big up Rajat, man. Big up Mo as well. Until next time, people. Hala Madrid.
Hala Madrid. Oh, he doesn't.
Just a smile. No opat.